Well, part of the fans' excitement is over who may reappear in this new film. Warwick Davis played a furry Ewok called Wicket in the third movie, Return of the Jedi. He joins me now. Warwick, good to talk to you. Well, I suppose if Harrison Ford can pull on those tights again and carry a laser pistol around again, there's no reason why you can't put on a furry costume and pull off Wicket again.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it'd be lovely to be involved once again. But I'm not dying to get back in the furry suit. To play a Jedi would be quite nice, or even a sort of a villainous character, perhaps. Somebody on the dark side might be interesting.
Well, are you getting any ideas of what kind of villains are going to be in this latest Star Wars 7, so you could put in an application for the job?
No, I've no idea. You know, I mean, everything's kept very closely guarded at this point, as many films are nowadays. You know, obviously the stories will carry on from where the episode 6 left off, Return of the Jedi, the one that I was in. So who knows at this point? I mean, it's interesting, you know, the Chancellor's taking credit for the films coming here by saying it's the tax breaks, but I like to think it's the wonderful actors that we have here in the UK.
Well, there's no shortage of British involvement in the franchise, is there? I mean, Star Wars has been peppered with British talent since it started. I suppose what's different now is that when this Star Wars 7 arrives, it's going to be like a juggernaut arriving into town, whereas back in the day, Return of the Jedi and the first Star Wars must have been a bit more shoestring.
Well, absolutely. I mean, when Star Wars was made here in 1976, nobody knew what they were doing. I mean, even the people that were working on the film kind of didn't understand sci-fi and exactly what this was going to become. And, you know, by the time Return of the Jedi was made, people were aware of the phenomenon that Star Wars was becoming. But I suppose now, here we are in 2013, you know, Star Wars is still as big as ever. I mean, this year we celebrate the 30th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And so, you know, the fans are even more hungry for more at this point. So, yeah, Star Wars coming to England is a really big deal.
I know you were a youngster in those days, but did you ever get the sense back then of the kind of massive franchise that was starting with those early films? Or did you just think, wow, I've got myself a job on some nutty science fiction operation, let's see how it goes?
No, I was well aware of how big Star Wars was. I mean, I remember going to the cinema in '77 and seeing Star Wars when I was 7 years old. So, you know, I was fully aware of how amazing these films were. And then to be offered a part in one when I was just 11 years old was just a phenomenal thing to happen to an 11-year-old schoolboy. And little did I know then it would lead on to a career in the films, and I would indeed be asked to go into the prequel. So it would be lovely just to even do a small cameo in perhaps the what we're calling at the moment the sequels.
Yeah, no, indeed. I mean, you know, the Chancellor, as you said, is taking credit with the tax breaks for big franchises like this coming back, and the Bond movies are made here, of course, and Harry Potter is made here. But also, there's something enduring about the British film industry. We've always got actors playing in big productions. We've got makeup artists and costume suppliers and special effects people peppered through the industry. Clearly, there's something good about what we're doing here in Britain in terms of movies, whether or not our chancellors help us out.
No, absolutely. I mean, the technicians and the performers in this country are second to none. I mean, George has said it himself in the past, you know, the technicians here are amongst the best in the world. And, you know, these skills have been honed over years as well. I mean, even more recently, you know, with the fact that all 8 Harry Potter films were shot here, that generates a huge amount of expertise in this country making big budget fantasy movies. And these skills are exactly suited to making a film like Star Wars.
Warwick Davis, thanks very much indeed for joining us this afternoon, Sky News. I will be disappointed if I go and see this film and I don't see you sitting atop a big throne dishing out some unfairness as the main baddie in the latest Star Wars. So good luck with that. Thanks for talking to us.
Well, good. Well, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.